All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys. So we are going to start off here with the 15-minute time frame, and then we're going to discuss how things are looking. Keep in mind, this week is a short week. We do not have a trading session on Friday. We do have key data coming out on Friday. We have key data coming out tomorrow. And I do think markets are set up to do something from right here. So let's talk about it. All right. We're going to actually start off over here on QQQ. I'm going to point out, guys, you came down to our 44199 level. We've been paying attention to that spot ever since you started pulling back over here. Guess what? You didn't want to do it at first. You want to give us a little trap. All right. You want to have a sick, nasty sell coming out of the golden pocket yesterday. And then guess what? You want to gap up above that open from yesterday. And then you again get back the whole move. Now you are right now at the daily 9 EMA. And I am going to point out you have that increasing volume going on here. You're at your demand zone, the exact level that I have been paying attention to for quite some time. You're getting buyers stepping up here. Showed by that volume right there. And you also do have the 15-minute bullish divergence going on here, which is something, if you're not new to the channel, then you know we love to see. I am looking for buyers to hold right here, and I'm looking for them to push up. Is that going to be the case? I have no idea. But nothing has changed from what I told you guys the other day. Guys, when I make these early videos, I definitely do cover my butt. I definitely do cover, hey, all right, if you see this level break, we're watching for that level. I cover every scenario. That's typically what I do in every single video. I try and go over all of the scenarios that I see possible. And I'm just putting it out there. This was the scenario. If you did not end up holding over here, we were looking for you to come down here. And if you were coming down here, guys, which is 44254, you broke that. Well, if you came down here, we're just going to say you probably were just going to visit 44199. You now have the bullish divergence coming down from over here. It doesn't look bad. It really does not look bad. Now, if you guys do want to see some absolute just sexy price action going on here, this is crazy. All right. Literally had your retracement, sold off in the golden pocket. All right. What'd you get? Oh, you had your retracement, sold off in the golden pocket. Want to see this guy? Absolutely just beautiful. All right, beautiful. Oh, keep in mind, you're also in the golden pocket. That is something I did not put up over here on... Oh, it's not over there. Where am I looking at this? Dun, dun, dun. Where did ES go? All right, either way. All right, you sold out from the golden pocket, broke your trend line. You're now finding buyers in the golden pocket. You do not have a 15-minute bullish diverge going on here yet, but you do have this triple 5-minute bullish diverge going on here. And if you do come down here, all right, and let's say you undercut that low, maybe tap that 0.786 fib. There's a solid shot. You do have that bullish diverge going on over there. Regardless, you got it on QQQ, and that is what I'm paying attention to. All right, and we come over here to the daily time frame. Like I said, you're in a trappy market. You're literally just consolidating here above your 9 EMA. Not the worst look. Okay, not the worst look. But again, I will remind everyone, we are definitely in this trappy market right now. They're preparing for a move. I think that move is going to be the upside. But at the end of the day, guys, you don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows what is going to happen when we get those data drops. We have absolutely no idea. All we could do is formulate, hey, our likely scenarios going off of these charts. All right, my likely scenario from here is we're going to be getting a bounce. All right, we're going to be getting a bounce. Now, I'm actually just going to jump over here to Mr. Nvidia, and I'm going to point out that I think we're getting a buying opportunity. And this is something that supports what I'm getting at here on the indices, and I'm looking for that bounce. Well, guess what? I think downside is limited over here on Nvidia, which if it's limited over here on Nvidia, and this thing has been moving the market, then it's probably going to be limited on the market. And then we're looking for that bounce. Well, I'm looking for the bounce out of Nvidia. And, you know, we're probably going to be seeing a bounce over on QQ. I did point out we just had this inverse head and shoulders formation forming. When we were up here, I pointed out we could continue higher. But if you pull back, it's just going to put in this right shoulder for this inverse head and shoulders formation. You got a shoulder right here. Just in case you guys can't really see that. All right. No, that is not at all that. But we'll go with it. Okay. Left shoulder goes all the way down there. We'll make this nice and thick for you guys. All right. I know you like them thick. There we go. All right, guys. So You could be paying attention to that trend line right there. You do have this channel, it looks like, going on here. All right, so that's something to be paying attention to there. All right, guys, if I see things, I'm just going to say things. All right, at the end of the day, guys, even if, you know, I confuse the crap with you, which I think I'm pretty clear, you know, in my opinions that I give here on this channel. I know a lot of other channels just kind of they only do the if then statements. Guess what, guys? All right, I give you my scenarios, and then so the if then statements, and then I also give you what what I think is very likely. So right now I think we're gonna be catching a bit off of here. All right, so I hope you guys do appreciate that. It is literally me putting myself out there every single day, and you know, I could be wrong, and at the end of the day, I don't know what's going to come next because I am continuously just predicting the future price action. So, you know, I hope you guys appreciate that one, because it definitely isn't, you know, if I'm wrong, guys, it sucks being wrong. It does. All right. Now, luckily on this channel, we don't get too many things wrong, but that is that. All right, guys, so you're watching this. You're at the bottom of the channel. You got a lot of confluence going on over here. And now I'm going to come over here to Mr. VIX, and I'm going to point out you do not have a 15-minute bearish bullish divergence going on here yet. You did have this 15-minute bearish divergence pop up right there at the high. All right, guys. Again, for the people in the back who say you cannot do the TA and Mr. VIX, I don't know why you continuously respect your divergences. I don't know why you continuously respect the 65 level on the RSI, the daily RSI. Oh, look at that. I still have them all marked out for you because, yeah, that's, you know, a lot of what I use the VIX for is, hey, if you just spike up the 65 on the daily RSI, I'm going to be looking for, hey, downside is limited over on SPY, because unless you are crashing, you got to go all the way back to the COVID crash to see where this thing just consolidates above there. All right. And then, yeah, all right, you're going to get one of these things that just keeps going because there's mass panic. There's a crash going. But, you know, crashes, guys, are extremely rare, and you're very likely not going to be seeing them every time VIX spikes up there. Very likely. So it's something that I will continuously call out here on the channel. All right. But coming back over to SPY, let's go over some levels to be paying attention to here. Come down here. All right, so you are in the golden pocket. You do have your 519.61 support, which is going to be the low of this candlestick right here. Yeah, the one to the left. All right, that does align with the golden pocket. If you cannot hold here, then yes, I do think we are finally coming down to that 518.22 demand level. All right, well, it's your demand zone in between 517.38 and 518.22. That is going to be your demand zone. That's your breakout zone. I do think buyers are very likely going to be stepping in there. I am just going to give my opinion here. I think this looks like ridiculously controlled selling just like this, and I think you're probably going to get a pop. That's that. That's just my opinion. This does not look like, doesn't look aggressive. It doesn't look like you're aggressively starting to sell. All right, you are literally pulling back to the previous high in a controlled manner, a very slow manner, might I add. And yeah, if I had to take a guess, I think you're probably going to get buyers stepping in either here or down here, and you'll be coming up here to take out the high. Now, I'm just going to say, we're in a crazy market right now. All right, you have the high of this candlestick being 521.58. You gapped up above that level today, which put every single seller yesterday underwater. You would naturally just expect, hey, people are going to close their short positions. All right. You're going to see pressure on. You're going to see market participants getting happy on the buy side because of what I just pointed out. That was not the case. You straight up sold off of open, and you pretty much gave back most of that move. On QQ, you gave back the whole move and then more, and then finally came down to that ever so dreaded 441.99 level, which happens to have been my baby. I do think this thing is going to hold, and that's my opinion. All right. I don't want to confuse you guys. That's how it is. That is how it is. Yes, guys, we're still going to be watching for a pullback over here. I think this is a glorious long opportunity just waiting to present itself. And that's that. You come over here to Mr. Tesla. Tesla did not get the daily breakout yesterday. We called it out, but guess what? You didn't get the breakout, and today you're trying. All right, you are trying. If you can get that daily close above this trend line, I do think that is going to start a move back up. We're going to come over here. We're going to put on the MACD. All right, you do have the MACD crossing and curling up. Typically, this is correlated when it's happening from down here. Also, you do have the bullish diverge going on there, just like you have a big old bullish divergence going to happen on the daily RSI over there. When was the last time we had a big one form? Okay. You had one going on over here. It did not amount to anything. All right. So take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. Tessie might be a disappointment, but I think it's much more like the Tessie is going to be the opposite of a disappointment. All right. But you could see when this thing ends up crossing from down here underneath the zero line, yeah, it tends to get some positive momentum going in it. And I think that is probably going to be the case. All right. I think it's probably going to be a ripperoonie. There's that. And if it's not a ripperoonie, I think it fails, comes down here, and I think it's going to get it. Either way, guys, we got a massive rip right around the corner over here on Mr. Tesla. It's a coming. It's a coming. You see how this thing is down over here? Well, that's what we needed for this massive ripperoonie to take place. All right. There you go. SMCI. SMCI did end up breaking down from its uptrend. All right, so you broke down from the uptrend. You stalled out over here at resistance. Guys, if you come back down here, let's take off the MACD. I don't use the MACD all too often. Come back down here to the golden pocket. That is where I'm going to be looking for buyers. All right. You're watching the 4-hour RSI down there. Literally the last one had a bullish divergence from oversold territory. And anybody who decided to take the opportunity we presented here on the channel, I am disappointed I decided to take my shot at Nvidia instead of SMCI, but and AMD, you know, why couldn't we just, you know, only play SMCI in the golden pocket right here with bullish divergence here on the 4-hour RSI and gotten that like 5 to 10x on our money? That would have been amazing. All right, it would have been amazing. But guess what? It could be presenting itself again. So get ready for that opportunity if it chooses to present itself. But aside from that, guys, Nvidia is going to be, all right, Nvidia is the main entree of today's video. Why? Because the 4-hour RSI, if it gets down here, this is going to be in the same spot you were in before you had your earnings rip. You're also going to be in the same spot you were in right here before you absolutely just started ripping faces and then Nvidia went 100%. Am I saying Nvidia goes 100%? No. I am saying Nvidia is probably eventually going to $1,000. And even if it doesn't go to $1,000, what are you going to be watching for? All right, let's say price bottoms right here at this 876.95 level, which was your original breakout level from the daily time frame. Well, then, guys, we're going to be looking for a bounce all the way up here to 935. All right, that is where your golden pocket is going to reside. This is a big boy move right there. If you see the opportunity, I'm just letting you know, you don't have to look at it as opportunity, but I very much so, like so likely think that this is going to be a glorious buying opportunity if you can buy the 0.786 fib down to 875. All right, I either think price is going to be bottoming out here, or you're going to catch a bid right here, 895, or you're going to be coming down to 875, and then you're going to catch a rather aggressive bid and then see this move up to 935, like what I was just pointing out. All right, but if you were to just bounce here, then we are still going to be watching for this move up to, like, you know, 940-ish. That would align with this 935 level you did end up breaking down from today. All right, there's that. Okay, come over here to the hourly time frame. Price action is pretty clear. You come over here to the 15-minute time frame. What do we have? All right, you have the bullish divergence. No, you just ever so slight do not have the bullish divergence, but you do have the 5-minute bullish divergence going on down here. And I do think this thing is about to start reversing. If this thing starts reversing, that's going to be good for QQQ. It is a big boy. I'm serious. If you can start getting an aggressive bid over here on Nvidia, you probably see the same thing on the overall market, just with how the you know, everything's been trading. We're going to come over here to Mr. Apple. Mr. Apple is catching a bid again today. Apple wants to keep going opposite to the market. I swear, guys, they are saving Apple to save the market. Like that's what's been going on. Why did Apple rip faces and yeah, everything else not? Because they're saving the market. Come over here to Microsoft, guys, and it's still just consolidating right here. All right, so that is going to be the opportunity that I told you guys about the other day. It said it wasn't here yet, but it looks like it's coming right here at this 420.82 level. If it does not hold there, you're watching for this uptrend to hold. I don't think it is going to be broken. I think we are going to see these upside levels over here on Microsoft. But if you see it come down here to the trend line, Guys, there's a solid chance this 4-hour RSI is going to be down here in the same spot. It got its last few bounces. Like for a very long time now. You got to go all the way back to September 2023 for that not to be the case. Okay? If you see it down here, I am probably going to take my shot down here. And, you know, I don't want to get long before this weekend. But if I see this shot tomorrow, I'll buy some time. All right, 419 expiration. And we're going to be sitting pretty on there. All right, but I'm spoiler alert, I am already planning on doing so on Nvidia. So I don't really want to get too heavy on things. I really do not. But Nvidia, I really do think it's either going to be right here, or I think we're getting a massive buying opportunity right here. And if you are going to play it, I think you're going to have a real good time if you just buy the 419 expiration. I know they're going to be very expensive, and the gain will not be as good as you may want. But guess what? That is the safe expiration down there. And I think it's very, very easy money play right there. Regardless, I think you're going to get a quick snap back. Okay. Next one we're talking about is Meta. Meta is coming in contact with its uptrend. All right. What also happens? Your 4-hour RSI is in the same spot. You got your last 3 bounces. You're also in the golden pocket coming from here to here. It doesn't matter where you want to draw it. All right. You're in the golden pocket. I'm looking for buyers to step in. I'm considering taking a position on this one today. But again, with that long weekend, we have the data filled long weekend. All right. On Friday, we are closed and we literally do have a big data drop. That's terrible. All right. I'm going to be honest on that one. But with how things are set up, guys, I do think they're set up to rip. Like rip faces. It's either this thing's going to finally start breaking down, like actually break down, or no, it's set up to rip some more faces. And if you guys just want to see how perfect the last opportunity we got on Meta, well, guys, you had the same exact thing. You pulled back to the trend line. I actually spotted it. I think it was right here. I didn't take it. And we got this. I didn't end up taking it. And then we got a trend line retest. And then we also had the golden pocket test. And we had this trend line retest. Like, it was too much confluence. You guys want to see another zone of confluence here? Another level of confluence to add to this chart? Where was I saying it? Dun, 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 right here. All right. Like, this was the most perfect opportunity I could have seen. And I remember FOMOing into AMD instead. Oh, I was so tight on that one because Meta would have been amazing. It would have been great. That's okay, guys. We see like an insane amount of opportunities constantly here on the channel. And I learned more and more that it just comes down to my discipline and patience. Are you willing to wait for these things like Nvidia? I bought in early today. I knew it was very likely you're going to come down here, right here where you are. I knew it was very likely you're at least going to come down to 904.10 when I started buying in right over here at the 9 EMA. Guess what? All right. You then came down to the gold. Like, these things are just likely to happen. And it really is like, do you want the money or do you want to, not have the money? Because you could take the opportunity that's like FOMO filled and like, maybe you probably will get the money, or you could take what's very like what is very likely to come to you. And then you kind of know it's not guaranteed money down there, but it's kind of, you're getting the best possible entry. And these guys, it's too picture perfect all the time. It's too picture perfect all the time. Like, straight up. I know we got a lot of clutter on this chart, but let's retrace this Nvidia move. This thing has been ridiculously easy if you just had the patience and you just literally used the golden pocket. Like, it does not get easier than this. We're just going to try and keep this neat so we can follow along with this. All right. Boom. You had your first sell in the golden pocket. Well, what happened next? All right. What happened next? Come over here. Where do you find your buyers? In the golden pocket. You guys want to see something else? Right there. Oh, I know it's real sloppy. I understand. I really do. I completely do. But I also want to make this very clear, guys. Things happen so crystal clearly to me all the freaking time. And I need you guys to understand how to do this, because then they'll be crystal clear to you. And the whole patience factor I'm talking about right now, you just have that and add that to your arsenal, along with the tools that we use here on this channel, all right, and techniques, you're going to have a good time. You're going to have a good time. Like, it literally is just ridiculously easy. broke out through here. You pulled back to the golden pocket. You found buyers exactly at the golden pocket. And now you also have a 5-minute bullish divergence coming on down here. Understand there's a massive, green circle here that we're in. I'm just trying to point out, like, it is, picture perfect here on Mr. Nvidia. I think you're probably about to catch a bid. You bust up above this 90410 level. We're looking for 924.05. That's that. Okay. AMD, nothing has changed over here. You're literally just still consolidating. You've done absolutely nothing. If you can break above this 185 level, that is when I think this move starts. All right, we're gonna take it over to Upstart. I got the little, yes, I will say I got the little dickhead comment. You nailed Upstart. Yeah, thank you very much. I understand it faded into the close yesterday, but I will tell you right now, I think this thing is loading. I told you, it just needed the daily close outside of this trend line. And it got there yesterday, even though it wasn't a sexy looking candlestick. You got one today. I'm not saying that sexy looking volume. It's not at all. But you are just pulling back to the 9 EMA. You look like you're attempting to flip it. And if you can get a daily close above 27.14, which is the high of this candlestick right here, I do think you're going to be off to the races. So just something to put on your radar. Swings are welcome. And that's that. I think that is pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about today. I think Nike is starting its reversal. I told you guys I'm looking for this dip to be bought above 95.17. Probably gets a quick move up to 97.81. There's that. All right. But top watch for today's video, guys. Meta. Great opportunity over there in Meta. And Nvidia. Those are where I would like to point your attention. That is that. All right, guys. With that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day, and peace. Hey guys, hopping back on here. I forgot to mention something. I am going to be running an Easter sale. Go grab 30% off of your first month. Down in the description, I will be running that discount until Easter. All right, we're going to be doing discounts for holidays, so you can expect those. All right, that being said, everybody have a lovely rest of your day. I do think this thing is about to be popping out of this golden pocket. And yeah, that being said, everybody have a lovely rest of your day. Peace.